begins now. 6 Sports presents the Dean Trailways 5th quarter.
Well, just like that, we have made it through a third of the high school football regular season as week 3 came to a close tonight. Now, as you can tell, our sports director, Audrey Dahlgren, is not here tonight, but don't worry, she will be back with us next week. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to the Dean Trailways 5th quarter. I'm Ian Kress.
And I'm Haley Shungard. If you want to know where Audrey is at, then we suggest you tune into the Eastern Michigan-Minnesota game at 7:30 tomorrow night on the Big Ten Network. But here in town, our big game landed us in Wolfpack country for a battle of 2 of the 3 teams who shared the CMAC title last season. It was Laingsburg's Military Appreciation Night. And before the game, a handful of veterans were recognized. And not only did the Laingsburg players show their appreciation, but every PW player and coach did so as well. It was a very nice touch that you could tell really meant a lot to the veterans. Nice. As for the play on the field, the Pirates wasted no time on 2nd and goal. Brayton Thalen takes a boatload of defenders with him into the end zone. PW strikes first 6-0. And like any good Pirate, one trip to some treasure is never enough, right?
No.
This time, Coach Jeremy Miller's son, Gabe Miller, airs it out and connects with Dylan May to put P-Dub up 13-0 at half. But the exclamation mark of the night would come late in the 4th quarter. Miller has done it all pretty much, so this time he decides, I'll just do it myself. Why not? The big fella takes out about everything in his path to put the ice on this one. PW picks up a nice road win, 26-7 the final. And believe it or not, this was Miller's first start at quarterback, but it's not because his dad wouldn't let him.
He always jokes and he tells me that if he wouldn't have been a chubby kid in middle school, he'd be the quarterback of the class, but he was too chubby, he couldn't carry the ball. So he got a chance tonight and he did a pretty good job.
I was too big to run the ball in 6th grade. They had a weight limit. So they didn't let me play quarterback. But I guess now that I can, I don't know, it was fun.
Oh, I bet it was. As for the other team who shared the league title with Laingsburg and PW last year, Fowler was hosting Perry and wearing its special camo unis tonight to honor our armed forces. Fowler was up big in the 2nd half and continued to pour it on. Nolan Stump with a huge gain brings the Eagles to the 15-yard line. Then Ford Phillips gets the toss, and he's looking like a Ford truck on this play, breaking tackles on his way into the end zone to put Fowler up 47-0. As for the cherry on top for the Eagles, Asher Kenishneck keeps it himself, and nobody's going to catch him. Jacob Hoffman threw for 254 yards and 5 touchdowns as Fowler wins big, 53-0 over Perry.
Wow, what a win for them. Military Appreciation Nights were a theme across mid-Michigan tonight. Out in B-Country, Bath was playing host to Lutheran Westland. And check out these snazzy jerseys Bath was rocking. Now, those new threads had the Bees feeling some type of way, okay? With less than 2 minutes until halftime, Braden Benton passes the rock to Bradley Yulman, who jukes his way down the field, which sets up some more slicing and dicing from who else? Mr. Yulman himself. This time, he dives straight into your living room for 6. Bath has a touchdown frenzy on this Friday night and wins it 49-6 the final.
Well, not too far down the road, Charlotte welcomed Lansing Catholic to town, and the Orioles made it 2 straight years over the Cougars with a thrilling 35-33 win.
Next week, Charlotte makes a trip to Lansing Sexton to take on a J-Dubs team who was looking to improve to 3-0 tonight. And for the answer to that question, we bring in our Tyler Drazinga. Hey, Tyler.
Hey guys, yeah, Lansing Sexton couldn't have asked for a much better start to the 2023 campaign. Tonight, J-Dubs seeking their first 3-0 start since 2017, and they face an Olivet team whose season is on the opposite trajectory early on. The Eagles were hoping to pick up a much-needed road win and avoid their first 0-3 start since 2007. But Sexton was in control of this one by halftime. John L. Davis's crew led 34-0 at the break. The J-Dubs pick up where they left off to start the 3rd quarter. Devin Hodges is back deep to field the opening kickoff. He breaks it out toward the sideline and has room to roam. Finally pushed out of bounds at the Olivet 41-yard line. Moments later, Sexton's Josiah Stewart caps off the drive by taking the handoff around the right side, shedding a would-be tackler and getting into the end zone. J-Dubs on top 41-zip. Olivet gets on the board on its ensuing possession. Ethan Schaefer finds pay dirt at the end of a long drive, but it was all J-Dubs tonight. They improved to 3-0 with a 48-12 win. A trophy was on the line in Holt tonight. The Rams have defeated rival Grand Ledge each of the last 2 regular seasons to lay claim to the Jack Trophy. But who would come away with it tonight? Plus, Hazlitt's Nakia Mockery was everywhere last week, scoring 6 touchdowns in the Vikings win over Fenton. So what did he have in store for us this week? Find out next on the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter.
The Dean Trailways 5th Quarter is sponsored by the U.S. Army. Find your career in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
Means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Your hearing is as unique as your fingerprint. At Advanced Audiology, we conduct diagnostic testing to find the cause of your hearing loss and provide customized solutions that work for you.
Hearing starts here at Advanced Audiology.
Compassion works here. Unfriendly does not. If you're made of the right stuff, consider a career at the Michigan Department of Corrections. We offer great pay and benefits, paid training, and we have immediate openings for corrections officers, healthcare professionals, food service workers, and more. To find openings in your area, go to michigan.gov/MDOC-jobs. We're MDOC, good jobs for good people.
I was blind from birth, so reading print material wasn't possible. And before I could even ask, Huntington Bank asked me if I would like my statements in Braille. Imagine that. I would be able to read my own statements, just like you.
So I guess you don't have plans to change banks.
No.
We're all born with the good in us. We're all in need of love. Dreams get torn, but we stand up, making a change that is calling us. Beautiful world, beautiful people, boys and girls, we're all made equal. So clap your hands, get up and dance. Beautiful world, beautiful people.
The new 2023 GMC Sierra AT4X is equipped to conquer the great outdoors. Or the great indoors. Welcome to the peak of premium off-roading. Or GM employee program participants with a current eligible GMC lease can get this low-mileage lease on this 2023 GMC Sierra Elevation for $339 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
Choose a college team. Pick a team, any team. Only at Kitzmiller RV.
Kitzmiller RV. Your key to quality RVs. Your key to quality RVs.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter. It's one of the historic rivalries in mid-Michigan, Grand Ledge against Holt. Tonight, the two teams met for the 51st consecutive season. 2 seasons ago, the traveling trophy, the Jack, was introduced to the rivalry in honor of the late Jack Rarick. Holt has won the trophy the past 2 seasons, but Grand Ledge beat Holt in the district championship game last season. Grand Ledge hoping to spoil homecoming for its rival tonight. And we had Holt royalty leading the Rams student section in the second half, and that's where we pick up the action in the 3rd quarter. Grand Ledge's Mac Foreman takes the handoff, has good blocking in front of him, makes one man miss along the sideline, waltzes into the end zone. The Comets take a 27-7 lead. The Ram defense in desperate need of a stop, and LaDon Hatcher Jr. gets it for them. Grand Ledge looks deep down the sideline, but Hatcher Jr. makes the leaping pick to get the Rams the ball back. But the Comet offense was just too much tonight. Freshman Anthony Baker punches it in late in the 3rd quarter. Then in the 4th quarter, Gavin Wajanki Takes it on the quarterback keeper, gets out of a tackle, cuts upfield. He's got all sorts of open field in front of him. He's finally brought down deep in Holt territory, but that set up another Comet touchdown. The Comets win it 41-13, and the Jack Trophy is coming to Grand Ledge.
It was really big. I mean, we've been preparing for this game ever since we got beat in the regular season last year. I mean, we came back last year and beat them in the playoffs, of course, by 1 point. But that wasn't enough. Like, we had to come back and show them, like, who the real Jack owners is.
Obviously, Jack Rarick was an outstanding human being and great and influential person in both communities. So it's an honor to be able to play for that type of trophy, and it was a great win for the kids tonight.
Lansing Everett looking for a second straight win, taking on Waverly tonight. A defensive battle early on. Everett led 6-0 at the half in the third quarter. Waverly's Caden Bell gets the carry. Call him the Belldozer. He plows his way in for the score. Warriors take their first lead 7-6. Lansing Everett catches a break later in the third. The Vikings are forced to punt, but the ball is fumbled on the return, and TJ Benson is there to scoop it up and make a short return for Everett. Everett takes over deep in Warrior territory and capitalizes just a few plays later. Najee Davidson fires a touchdown pass to Javari Funchess. Lansing Everett pulls away late and gets a nice win over Waverly, 27-7.
And the final CAAC Blue matchup of the night was between Okemos and East Lansing. The Trojan students had a lot to cheer about. Already up big in the second quarter, Duarte Sams Jr. sneaks past the defender and puts the Trojans up 49-zip. EL had no problem running the ball tonight. Check out this impressive run from Kynan Shropshire, a.k.a. Deuce. He changes direction, sees nothing but open field in front of him. It's a 45-yard touchdown to put East Lansing up 56-0 at halftime. They go on to win 70-zip, and next up for EL is a trip to DeWitt. And if there's one team who knows what it takes to go on the road and beat DeWitt, it is Mason, who took down the Panthers last week. And this week, the Bulldogs open conference play on the road tonight by taking on Fowlerville.
Yeah, it'd be no problem for Gary Houghton and his crew. They won 35-0. Junior quarterback Kason Carswell threw 4 touchdowns with 3 going to Caleb Parrish. That connection's always pretty much chef's kiss.
They're pretty good.
Well, let's head up to St. John's, where it was Hall of Fame night, and the 1988 national champion cheer squad was among the honorees. As for the game itself, the Red Wings set the tone early. Brody Dush finds Michael Burkhausen for a big 4th down conversion, which then leads to this Dush QB keeper capping off an 11-minute drive. St. John's in front. Hazlitt decided they didn't want to wait that long to strike. First play of the drive, Nakai Amakari hands it off to little brother Corey, and he rips off a huge gain down inside the 10-yard line. And then check this out. Nakai, he goes left, then realizes that's not going to work.
Oh my gosh.
Changes direction, leaving a bunch of defenders in his wake, makes another great move before being ruled short of the end zone. He'd score on the next play, though. Hazlitt wins a nail-biter, 15-14, the final.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And elsewhere in the CAAC, Red Williamston welcomed in Lansing Eastern as the Hornets had on custom jerseys with the saying, "Be nice," in place of the last name, which is to raise awareness and remove the stigma regarding mental health. In the first quarter, Williamston quarterback Zach Cribbs is going to take it to the crib. He's going to put the Hornets up early in the first quarter, and the Quakers would show some fight on the road. On 3rd down, quarterback Kenyatta Gee is all geeked up as he scores to make this a 2-point game. However, it would be as close as Eastern would get, as Cribbs going to launch a beautiful deep ball to sophomore Tommy Pratt to extend the Williamston lead. Then off a Quaker punt, Jack Kindinger fields it on one hop, and dare I say, hop, skip,
there it is, finally.
See you later. He gets into the end zone for a party with the rest of his fellas. Williamston wins big, 63-14, and will now get ready for Mason next week. That is going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah. Well, we need to take one more quick break here, but when we come back, we're going to prepare you for the Spiders coming to East Lansing.
You like Spiders?
Absolutely not.
I do not either. Michigan State's football team has been gearing up for the Spiders of Richmond. Want to make that clear. And we're going to share an area MSU is likely to improve tomorrow. Plus, the MSU men's basketball team had some special visitors today at the Breslin Center, and that doesn't include some of the best to play under Tom Izzo. Don't go anywhere. The Dean Trailways 5th quarter is coming up right after the break.
The Dean Trailways 5th quarter is sponsored by Dean Trailways of Michigan.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling.
At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Your hearing is as unique as your fingerprint. At Advanced Audiology, we conduct diagnostic testing to find the cause of your hearing loss and provide customized solutions that work for you.
Hearing starts here at Advanced Audiology.
At Seymour Ford Lincoln, we put you first with our no-nonsense, hassle-free buying experience.
From new Ford Blue Advantage pre-owned and custom orders, Seymour Ford Lincoln has the vehicle to fit your specific needs.
Along with easy financing, great monthly specials, and we offer generous trade-in values.
And we keep you going with the best service, parts and collision centers in mid-Michigan.
Come experience our drive.
Go to SeymourFord.com.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Fix My Feet is now open in Okemos on Grand River at Okemos Road. Celebrate our Okemos grand opening at all 6 locations and get a free consultation.
Foot pain relief is on its way at Fix My Feet today.
It's time to show off your Spartan pride by taking a trip to Meyer Fan Fest. Join us at Munns Field 3 hours before kickoff. Enjoy live DJs, food trucks, and family activities before each MSU home game. We'll see you at Meyer Fan Fest.
Who is Mike Pence?
He deserves our thanks as Americans.
Wednesday, only on News Nation. The former vice president makes his case to all America. Why he should be the next nominee for president. Taking your questions live in a News Nation town hall. Leland Vittert hosts the News Nation Decision Desk 24 Town Hall with Mike Pence. Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on News Nation.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways 5th quarter. After a slow start followed by some boos from the home fans, Michigan State's football team scored 28 unanswered points to take down Central Michigan last week.
Now the Spartans will be looking to carry that momentum into tomorrow's game against Richmond. This will be the first ever meeting between the Spartans and the Spiders. We've talked all this week about how Mel Tucker likes to say the team's biggest improvements come from week 1 to week 2. So what is one area we can expect to see a little sharper tomorrow afternoon?
So things like tackling, you'll see that typically improves from because we hardly ever tackle to the ground. We had 2 scrimmages in fall camp, and that's it. We don't have any preseason games, so live tackling is kind of shaky in the first game usually.
Yeah, they sure got it together in the second half.
It's always good to tackle, too. I think that's the point of football, right?
Should I tackle you?
No.
Anyways, it's always an exciting weekend in East Lansing when there's a home football game, and MSU men's basketball team has another reason to smile.
Yeah, it's because it's grind week for the Spartans, where Tom Izzo and his program like to welcome back former players to the Breslin Center. This afternoon, the Spartans hosted a youth basketball clinic for 2nd through 6th graders from the Boys and Girls Club of Lansing. In attendance were former players like Gary Harris, Xavier Tillman, and Miles Bridges, who have been working out with the current players this week. And you can bet it is always a joy for Izzo to see his past play his present.
Gary Harris put a number on a few people, and Xavier, of course, Draymond. I will say Cohen dunked better than some of those guys, but, even in Kalen, he went at Tyson Walker pretty good, and Tyson said, wow, I didn't realize, and I think that's the difference, the strength, the power, and it's really good for our guys.